You have incorporated approximately 419 ayahs that primarily praise the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Give your invaluable opinion on this.
There are 27 prophets that are mentioned in the Quran, 26 by name, and 27 is Hazrat Shamuel alayhi salam. There are 3 verses in the Quran about him. About Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, there are 356 verses, which is Hazrat Musa alayhi salam is mentioned in many surahs of the Quran. But when you go deeply into the Quran, you find that there are much more, 419 verses on the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is more than 3 juz, 3 paras, which means more than 10% of the Quran is about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In fact, they are so strong that you just take those 419 verses of the Quran and you can write the seerah of the Prophet. The love of Allah for the Prophet becomes so apparent. It is almost a relationship which is beyond your and my ability to understand. I will give you an example. Prophet has been, his name has been mentioned only 4 times in the Quran, and each time Prophet's name, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has been mentioned, has been a particular reason. In everywhere else, Allah has addressed him not by his name, but by his titles. Nabi, Rasul, Khatamun Nabiyeen, Sirajul Munir, Muzammil, Mudassir, Tahir, Shahid, Bashir, Nazir, etc. There are 99 different names Allah has used for the Prophet. Now these are the names which you and I understand. But then he goes beyond this. He starts calling him by names which nobody knows what they mean. He calls him Taha. He calls him Yasin. He calls him Alif Lam Mim. He calls him Alif Lam Mim Swad. He calls him Alif Lam Mim Ra. He sometimes calls him Qaf, sometimes Noon. It is like a relationship between a mother and a child. If you put 10 children or 10 babies in a room and their mothers are sitting in the next room and one of the baby cries, the mother knows that it is her baby or not, and she comes and immediately picks it up. Now this is the relationship that exists where the child can call the mother Ammi, माँ भी कह देगा, मम्मी भी कह देगा, मम्मी डार्लिंग भी कह देगा, कुछ भी कह देगा. The mother understands. It is this relationship which comes out clearly in the Quran. It is a very particular relationship between the Prophet and Allah. And that's what these 419 verses actually bring out. The Maulvis don't talk about it because the Maulvis don't know. And they have never bothered to know.
Dr. Qibla Ayaz, chairman of the Council of Islamic Ideology, has read the book and endorsed it as well. What could be the reason of endorsing this book?
The Council of Islamic Ideology of Pakistan, Council of Islamic Ideology of Pakistan is the highest body in this country to interpret Islam for the government and for the Parliament and for the Senate. Any question that arises, and the government will pass it on to the Council of Islamic Ideology to give their opinion. Council of Islamic Ideology basically comprises of a number of alims, and they're all people that are sitting there educated. And Quran is the basis of the knowledge of Islam. And as Dr. Qibla Ayaz said to me, that what topics of the Quran and its Urdu version, Mawzu'at al-Quran, has been able to do is that any question comes to us, we just open the topics or the Mawzu'at al-Quran and we are able to get the verses of the Quran directly from there. Okay, this is what the Quran has said. It has made our life much simpler, and we believe that this book should be having a very wide circulation all across the country. And that is the reason why he endorsed it. And he also acquired copies to be given to every member of the council. So they also are able to benefit from it. I hope.